Postseason baseball, two words that'll make your heart beat a little faster and your mind focus in just a little sharper. Edenton has long been known in summer collegiate baseball as a place that brings it when the lights shine the brightest. In one of the most historic small towns in America, another chapter in the country's pastime will be written tonight. The Premier Collegiate League playoffs are here with the East Division Tournament getting underway at historic Hicks Field. Following 14 matchups this season, the third-seeded Greenbrier Knights and second-seeded Edenton Steamers will face off. Alongside Adam Fine, I'm Ray Dunn as the chase for a championship takes another step forward in Edenton. It's playoffs, it's the divisional championship bracket. Steamers and Knights, again, a matchup we've seen quite a bit so far this summer. The way the playoffs are working in ththese divisional championships, double elimination bracket style. Steamers win tonight, they play tomorrow night in Tarboro. They lose tonight, they play on Sunday with the location to be decided based on what happens on Saturday. It's a lot of uncertainty, and that can lead to a little bit of uncertainty in strategy and just with the guys on the team. Adam, how do you deal with a situation like that?
Well, as the hitters, they got to focus on one at-bat at a time. But for the pitching staff, they have to really bring their game tonight. Jared Davis has a lot to prove tonight. And for Marshall McDonald, he has a lot on his plate because depending on how Jared Davis does, he's going to have to burn guys for tonight or save guys for later. And it's a lot of strategy that goes into that for the coaching staff.
And this matchup tonight, the Knights have gotten the better of the Steamers 3 of the last 4 times, a 7-7 even record between the two teams this entire season. What is it about this Knights team that makes them so dangerous?
Well, it's the guy that got on the mound tonight, Vincent Bashara. It's his 5th start against the Clams tonight, and he's been very, very good. That sinker is giving the Steamers fits all season, and that pitch will determine the outcome of tonight's game. And the Steamers bats have to make an adjustment. And for their hitters, Trent Hanchey, Jose Cazorla, the 1-2 punch that has led the Knights into battle all season. They're going to look to do the same tonight.
Looking at that pitching matchup, you've mentioned Davis, you've mentioned Bashara, two guys who have been really rolling as the end of the season has come around. For Jared Davis, he enters the night 2-0 with a .86 ERA. He is just .12 away from the Steamers' record for a season by a starter. He's pitched in 21 innings, 4 starts, 5 games total. He struck out 18 and allowed just 2 earned in his starts. For Vincent Bashara, the numbers: 5 starts, 6 games total, 26 innings. He is 1-2, a .485 ERA, and 25 strikeouts in his 26 innings. But against the Steamers, he's brought a .286 ERA in the 5 games he's pitched against the Steamers. It's a duel of the aces.
Yeah, 100%. No better guy to match Bashara than Jared Davis. His crazy low ERA is going to come in handy against this Greenbrier offense that is definitely hot. Trent Hanchey, Jose Cazorla. If he misses his spot to either of those guys, it can really flip this ball game upside down.
Let's get into that Greenbrier lineup. You mentioned Trent Hanchey. He's the leadoff hitter. He's in center field. Batting second, it's Max Lucas, the third baseman. Jose Cazorla, the designated hitter, bats third, and he has some power to him.
Well, yeah, Ray, simply put, he's got the best chance to go yard for the Knights. And if Jared Davis, like I said, misses his spot to Jose Cazorla, a lull will follow in this crowd of a lot of people tonight.
Yes, Cazorla finishing second to Josh Perdeni in the home run derby just last Friday, a week ago tonight. Warren Bailey's the catcher, he's batting cleanup. N.J. Hong, the first baseman, batting 5th. Zach Coltsnow, the right fielder, is batting 6th, and batting 7th is Thomas Crandall, the shortstop.
Well, his defense will be extremely important tonight, Ray. The shortstop position is the most important on the field, and he's going to need to. A lot of balls are going to be hit to him, Ray, and so he's going to really need to put the team on his back defensively in order to keep the Knights in this ballgame.
Rounding out the order, it's Zach Will, the second baseman, batting 8th. Miles Webb, the left fielder, batting 9th. And for the Steamers, it's the man we've seen leading off for so long this season, Chase Bruno, the shortstop. And that number 2 hole, he was just named the team's MVP for the season on the field in the pregame ceremony. Hunter Cole, the left fielder.
Yes, for a good reason. Playoff means that your star player needs to bring it. And this is Hunter Cole's time to shine once again. If he has good at-bats against Bashara, I promise you, it will be contagious to the rest of the hitters in this lineup.
Case Kermode, the catcher, batting 3rd. Joe Haney, the third baseman, batting cleanup. Jacob Bisharat, the first baseman, batting 5th. Josh Perdey, the designated hitter, batting 6th. Casey Hare, the second baseman, batting 7th. And he's had a little bit of success against Bashar.
Exactly, and playoffs also mean the team needs an X factor, and that is Casey Hare. I believe he'll surprise everyone with a big game in the 7-hole tonight. He showed up big against Bashar last time. It was fireworks tonight with a 3-run blast.
Rounding out the order for the Steamers, Jackson Hipp in right field batting 8th, and Brantley Cutler in center field batting 9th. It's Davis, Bashara, it's the Knights, it's the Steamers, it's the Premier Collegiate League playoffs. We've made it to the postseason, and everyone from here on out, you need to grab those W's. You can see the Steamers are taking the field in front of us. We've got the anthem and then first pitch. Adam Fine, myself, Ray Dunn, we will take you through all the action here tonight at historic Hicks Field, which figures to be an exciting one. The bracket, it's all set. The teams, they're ready to go, and baseball is just minutes away. We'll be right back on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. The ace is ready to go. Jared Davis on the mound as the Edenton Steamers playing host to the Greenbrier Knights in the first game of the Premier Collegiate League playoffs. Myself, Ray Dunn, Adam Fine to the right of me, bringing you all the action here tonight on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. And it all gets started with Trent Hanchey, the center fielder for the Greenbrier Knights. Jared Davis on the mound, Case Kermode behind the plate, and the first pitch, missing, up and away, 1-0.
Well, Ray, we got the ace and the defensive player of the year, Gold Glove winner behind the plate, Case Kermode.
It's a good place to be when you have your best cards to deal at the beginning of the postseason.
That's what playoffs are all about. Ring the bell already.
Davis ahead, 1-2. Jared Davis coming into this game with a 0.86 ERA.
Is that good?
My sources seem to indicate that's pretty good. Is 1-2, caught on end, missed. He is struck out. There's one away.
A phenomenal changeup. Jared Davis getting probably the best hitter on that Greenbrier Knights team out. That's a huge start. Hanchey's notorious for getting that leadoff walk to start an inning for the Knights, so a big start for Jared Davis.
Bring up Max Lucas. Davis's first pitch, low and away, 1-0. For Lucas, a 129 average, a 308 on base percentage. He has homers. He grounds this one to shortstop. Bruno fields it cleanly. His throw over to first in time, and there are 2 outs.
Well, we talked about Thomas Crandall's importance at shortstop, and the same goes for Chase Bruno. The two of them are going to really need to be on their game defensively, and Bruno showing that he is so far. Routine, but you still have to give him credit. You never know with the bad hops. They can be a big pain here at Hicks.
Davis's first pitch to Jose Cazorla in there for a strike. Cazorla in the 3-hole much of this season for the Knights, a 320 average, a 411 on base percentage. He's hit 5 home runs, driven in 16. Ahead 0-2 now. Davis is.
Yeah, like Hunter Cole should know, Cazorla, same thing. No fastballs really in the count.
Swing and a miss at that one. Going to get past Kermode, work its way towards the backstop, and Cazorla's on. 2 out, drop third strike, puts him at first base.
Yeah, it's not what you want, but you can see Jared Davis is looking good. That was 3 quick pitches to a very good hitter.
Bring up Warren Bailey. Bailey hitting a 244, a 286 on base percentage. He takes the first pitch and flies it foul. Right field side down towards the beer garden. Bailey with 3 home runs, and he's driven in 14 this season. And now he fouls one way out ahead, pulling that one down the left field line, 0-2.
Well, he tried to straighten out, but overcompensated, Ray. If I'm Jared Davis, I'm flipping another slider away here. For Bailey, he's way ahead of the pitches so far.
0-2. Left on the front doorstep, it's 1-2.
Man, good pitch.
Davis peeking over at first and coming home. This one driven down the left field line and foul.
Bailey putting together the best at bat so far off Davis. We talk about pitch count, Ray. That drop third strike can be, especially if Bailey finds a way on, that could be hurt in the long term.
1-2, ground over to third. Haney's got it. He's going to second and gets the out there. That'll do it for the inning. Pair of strikeouts in this inning. One of them did put a runner on, but in the end, doesn't matter very much. Clams getting their first chance to bat when we come back on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Vincent Bashara, loose and ready to go for the Greenbrier Knights. He'll be opposed by the top of this Steamers order. Chase Bruno, Hunter Cole, and Case Kermode. Leading the charge for the Clams. And Bashara has been quite successful in his last 2 starts against the Steamers. 11 innings pitched, only 2 earned, 8 hits, 14 strikeouts. A 1.64 ERA, 11.45 strikeout through 9 rate. His first pitch to Bruno inside 1-0.
And I got to bring that up, that sinker again. I talked to Chase Bruno. I was like, what makes Bashara so effective? And he said that sinker, splitter, whatever you want to call it. It just looks like a fastball for so long and then just dives away like that pitch right there.
Ground ball over to third. The throw high. Hung able to get to it, and there is 1 out.
And what the sinker, splitter, what it does is just leads to weak contact. You think you're on it for so long and then it just dives out of the way, but not enough to miss your barrel completely. As the result, we have a weak ground ball from Chase Bruno. That's exactly what Bashara wants for this entire game.
As Marshall McDonald talking about telling his hitters to not be as aggressive at first with him, let him come to you. As Cole cuts and misses that one, 0-1.
It was a late swing from Cole. You definitely know, you can tell he was sitting something off speed there.
This one grounded over towards second base, fielded cleanly, and there are 2 away.
Well, quickly, as expected or not, 2 for 2 is Bashara on that sinker pitch. And I tell you what, Ray, you said be patient, and that's definitely a great goal, but you can't really be patient when that pitch finds the zone. So.
Case Kermode now coming to bat. A foul. First pitch off back, 0-1. Kermode this season hitting .234. A .351 on base percentage, 4 home runs, 18 RBIs.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Defensive Player of the Year, the Gold Glove winner, can also hit. That's why he's in the 3-hole opposite field home runs like it's no one's business for Kermode this year.
1-1 from Bashara. And the outer portion of the zone, 1-2. And Bashara's 1-2. 1. Sent in the air to right field. Right field going back to the track, to the wall. This one's off the scoreboard. A solo home run for Case Kermode has given the Steamers a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning.
Case Kermode comes up big. I said it. Opposite field home runs. Man, they should have gave him the Offensive Player of the Year award tonight. Good swing, Case Kermode.
And Cold Snow was the one that recognized the trouble right away. Started backing up, looked up, and he knew the unfortunate result of that baseball for his Knights team.
Yeah, that ball just carries and carries out to right. It looks like a routine fly, and then all of a sudden it's off the scoreboard.
Joe Haney now batting, takes the first pitch upstairs, 1-0, and that's the spark this team needs offensively.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, hitting's contagious. I said I think it was going to come from Hunter Cole, but it can come from any hitter. Hitting is contagious. So now Joe Haney needs to really take advantage of this opportunity and keep on keeping on and extend this inning even farther.
One. This one grounded foul towards the Knights dugout.
Going back to Case, that swing, beautiful opposite field swing. Barrel path is so, he stays inside the ball so well. And that's what you have to do against a sinker ball type pitcher. And he did just that. Bashara missed his spot and he made him pay.
The 1-2 to Haney. Flies this one out to right field. Cold Snow coming on. Makes the catch, and that will do it for the inning, but not before the Steamers put one on the board. Case Kermode with a solo home run. 1 run, 1 hit, and the Steamers lead this one 1-0 as we head to the second on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Top of the second inning, the Steamers lead 1-0 off of the bat of Case Kermode. A solo home run in the bottom half of the first. Jared Davis back on the bump, and the 5, 6, 7 portion of this night's lineup coming back. NJ Hong at bat in front of you. Zach Coldsnow and Thomas Crandall due up for this team.
Well, Ray, for Hong, if the Greenbrier Knights had a Team Clown of the Year award, like we gave to Tyrus Bumgarner, it would be Min-Jae Hong. Can hit and can also make you laugh while he's doing it.
Yes, he can. I, again, really hope we see a number of Steamers on first base just to see the fun he has when they try and pick guys off. So he grounds this one through the hole, base hit right up back to Davis. Leadoff man aboard for the Knights.
Yeah, hit just hard enough and just under Davis's glove. Couldn't quite react to it in time, as Coldsnow looks like he'll use Hong's bat, maybe for good luck. That's interesting. You rarely see that when it comes to wood bats. Everyone's super uptight about their wood bat.
Coldsnow we saw pregame working through some things with his swing, working through some swings just mechanically as he takes a strike. 0-1. He's hitting 181. He has 286 on base percentage. A pair of home runs that came here at historic Hicks Field. He's driven in 10.
Well, I think he thought that pitch was going to break. A late reaction there. That's what's so good about Jared Davis' slider. You see it late, and that's what keeps everyone off balance.
1-1. Fouled off, 1-2. Davis giving a peek over to first and coming home. Popped up in the air. Along the third base side, Haney close to the line, moving back over and makes the catch. There is one away.
Well, a big out as Hong, the leadoff hitters, got on. You want to get the next guy. So good job by Jared Davis, and now the double plays in order to end this thing as quickly as it started.
Thomas Crandall, the shortstop, hitting 167 on the season, a 221, on base percentages. Hong back over there at first base. Davis's first pitch missing, low and away, 1-0. 1-0, also just missing 2-0.
Yeah, Davis locating well tonight, just missing. He's there, but not quite getting the calls he wants on the outside corner. He got those against Tarboro. He's going to need them tonight.
Another throw over. Now Hong going on the 2-0. Kermode's up. His throw down to second. Got him, and there's 2 down in the inning.
Oh, man, Case Kermode. He does it. Get you a guy that can do both, Ray. Oppo home run, Oppo taco Tuesday on a Friday, and throwing a runner out.
That'll play.
That plays.
Two one missing upstairs, 3-1.
Wow. That looked good to me.
And Crandall has walked a 2-out walk. Not as daunting after Kermode able to get Hong at second base.
Well, yeah, so far, Jared Davis done a great job, but missing that final out in these back-to-back innings. Not his fault in the first inning due to the drop third strike, but we're almost at a really quick game, but Jared Davis, he's almost there.
Davis gets him to ground. This one, Bruno just going to go the short way to second. Zach Will is set down, and that will end the inning. One hit, no runs, 1 left, and the Steamers lead this one 1-0 with the Clams coming to bat when we come back on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Bottom of the second inning on tap. Before we get there, the new 2021 Edenton Steamers merchandise has arrived. There are plenty of ways for you to pick up your new Steamers gear. You can visit EdentonSteamers.com and place an order. Stop by Sound Feet Shoes of Edenton or head to the merchandise trailer located behind the first base dugout at historic Kicks Field. Thank you for your support and repping your Steamers gear. Equipped with a 1-0 lead, the Steamers come to bat in the bottom half of the second inning. Jacob Bisharat, Josh Pernetti, and Casey Hare, the 3 due up. It's the 5, 6, 7 portion of this order. Bashar's first pitch to Bisharat, outside, 1-0.
Well, playoff time doesn't mean your appearance rating goes away, Ray. Bisharat once again looking clean. Black arm sleeve, different color batting gloves, teal tape. Need I say more?
He's doing a great job. He's done a great job all season. He'll continue to do so. On the field on Monday night, he was on his way to a good night at Tarboro before lights went out and the weather took a turn.
He had a nice rip. He had 2 balls hit really, really hard. He's seen the ball a lot better than he did when he first got here. He's poised for a big playoffs.
2-1 is grounded foul. Slowly to the Steamers dugout, 2-2. Bisharat has been able to just fill in about everywhere he can on the diamond for this team. Cuts on and misses the 2-2. He is struck out.
And you just don't want to be chasing the high and away fastball. That's what the problem was for the Steamers against the Knights last time they played. And if they repeat that, they're going to have trouble scoring more than 1 run this game.
Josh Pernetti up to bat. He's in 234, a 359 on base percentage, 6 home runs, 18 runs batted in. Takes the first pitch low, 1-0. Looks like 1-0 taken to left center. That'll drop in for a base hit. Pernetti's on, a 1-out base runner for the Clams.
Good swing by Pernetti, taking it the other way, taking what the pitcher gives him, and hits that perfectly to the point where it drops right in between the shortstop and center fielder. If he hit that ball any harder, we'd be looking at a 2-out inning.
Perfectly placed. Hitting him where they're not. Casey Hare coming to bat, the second baseman, hitting a 247, a 437 on base percentage. Home run, 10 runs batted in, takes a strike. And for a little bit there, Hunter Cole had opened his gap in the on-base percentage race for this team, but Casey Hare is now just .004 behind him in that. For those at home keeping track.
And that's the outside corner right there that Jared Davis did not get in his second inning of work.
Hare down 0-2. Bashara coming home. And he taps that one foul.
A little check swing action for Casey Hare. I know Tommy Bass loves that.
Still 0-2 in favor of Bashara. He's coming home. And Hare sends this one to left field. Going back, that's over the left fielder's head. One hop off the wall. Pernetti will be held up at second base. It's going to be a long single for Casey Hare. There's 2 on with 1 out.
Well, Casey Hare continues to have Bashara's number, a phenomenal inside-out type swing. Actually, that pitch was pretty outside, so he's doing what he has to do. And a great play out there in left to eliminate Pernetti from advancing to third, barehanded that off the wall. So a loud single just advances the base runners 1, but like I said, hitting is contagious. Doesn't really matter where the base runners go this early on. As long as you're getting hits, things should be bright for the Steamers in the future.
Jackson Hip up to bat and swings at the first pitch, popping it up on the infield. They're just going to let it drop. Infield fly rule, and Hip is out. Crowd at Hicks didn't recognize what was happening there for a second, got very excited at the drop pop fly.
Yeah, I didn't hear at first that it was infield fly rule, so I was about to get out of my seat, jump through the window, and yell at Pernetti to run to third. But that was stopped, as that was pretty, felt eventful, but uneventful.
Yes. If you watched that on mute, if you weren't listening and couldn't hear, you'd be very excited about what just happened. Brantley Cutler now with 2 down and 2 on. Not really sure, trying to go through that one. Still 0-1. Cutler a .313 average since getting to Edenton. Home run, 6 runs batted in, and this pitch bouncing. Bailey not really sure where it was. Pernetti hesitating, so he'll head on back to second base.
Yeah, Pernetti not really fast, but should be anticipating that a little bit more and being a little more aggressive to get to third there.
1-1 to Cutler. Low and in, 2-1. A little break there is an intense stare down there. Not much happening. Just feel the gravity of the moment there.
It's all about intimidating your opponent via the staring match. I do that to you sometimes when you're not looking up here in the booth.
It explains why I'm not intimidated.
Wow, I ran myself into that one, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Cutler had 3-1. Shara giving a peek back to second, and now coming home. Called strike. Cutler thought he had a walk, runs the count full.
Well, Ray, a little bit so far. Bashar is getting the calls. Jared Davis isn't. It's going to be interesting to see how this game goes on if that stays the same.
Full count offering. Cutler fouls it back, and runners will have to spin around and walk on back to their base.
Well, it's the first of a 3-2 count that we're seeing when it comes to fouling off pitches, and that is so important in this game to get Bashara out of there as quick as possible. Really, this game is going to come down to who gets the starter out of the game first.
3-2 once again. A called third strike. Cutler is set down, and that will do it for the inning. The Steamers threaten, put 2 on, leave them there. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. Steamers lead 1-0 as we head to the third inning here at Historic Hicks Field on the Steamers YouTube channel. Top of the third inning at Historic Hicks Field. The bottom of the Knights order, leading this off Miles Webb, and then Trent Hanchy and Max Lucas. So they're 9-1-2 in the order as Jared Davis remains on the mound. His first pitch is sent back over his head for a base hit to center field. Leadoff man aboard, and that'll bring up Trent Hanchy.
That's a big at-bat to have the 9-hole hitter on to lead off the inning. That really sets up Trent Hanchy to take a stab into this lead.
Hanchy struck out his first time up, takes a strike there, 0-1.
I tell you what, I'm surprised to see Hunter Cole playing that in there and left. If there's anyone that can hit the ball the other way, it's Hanchy.
This one bounced off the glove of Kermode. That'll send Webb down to second base. A runner in scoring position with nobody out.
Well, I know it's summer ball, and I know it's Trent Hanchy up to the plate, but when it comes to playoff time, bunting is taken a lot more seriously. And every one run matters more in the playoffs than the regular season.
Hanchy gonna send this one the other way out to Cole. Stop sign on at third base. Runners on the corner with nobody out.
Well, Ray, I guess it paid off that Hunter Cole was playing so in, because if he was playing deeper towards the warning track, Webb might have figured out a way to score. And that is huge for Davis. But still, another huge hit for the Knights. They're threatening.
And now operating with a 1-run lead here in the third. You're going to trade that out for a double play, as the ground ball 2-second could be a double play here. There's one at second and another one at first base. A 4-6-3 double play. A run does score, and this game is now tied at 1.
Well, Ray, I know they scored, but in the grand scheme of things, that is a success for the Steamers, as though they now will avoid the big inning. And now it's just a tie game instead of more problems that could ensue, especially with Cazorla up.
Yeah, I didn't even get to finish asking you whether you take that double play for the run every time. And we know your
You
answer
got your
now.
answer. In a playoff game like this, when you have Jared Davis on the mound, I say yes.
Cazorla grounds this one to Bruno. Bounced out of his hands for a second. His throw over to first. Dug out by Bisharat, and that'll do it for the inning. An inning that moved rather quickly and did have its bit of action for the Knights. They put a run on the board. 1 run, 2 hits, nobody left. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning here on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Clams coming to bat with the game tied at 1. Top of the Steamers lineup coming to bat. Chase Bruno, Hunter Cole, Case Kermode due up in this inning. Getting the bottom of the 3rd inning going. We're just clearing off a bit right now with the uniform game. Contestants getting dressed. They got to get them off the field really quickly. Want to make sure we're all safe. Don't want to put any of the kids participating in our games in the field in danger. So that's the delay right here.
Bruno had himself an inning last inning. Very busy, turning 2, bobbling 1 quickly, and then throwing over to first just in time.
Bruno in his first at-bat of the game, grounded to 3rd, and he flies the first pitch for his second at-bat to right field. Cold Snow coming on, making the grab, and there is 1 away.
A better swing there for Bruno in his second at-bat, but got just a tad under it, and didn't have as much carry as Case Kermode's.
These two teams working at record pace right here in the 3rd inning. I just want to do our trivia question, and we can't even get that in the way they're going. Hunter Cole coming to bat. He grounded out his first time up. Takes a strike 0-1. And our trivia question for tonight: when was the most recent postseason victory for this Steamers organization?
Interesting question.
Hunter Cole sending this one to right field. Cold Snow going back to the wall, and this ball gets out of here as Cold Snow looked like he had a play on it. We paused to see what had happened. The umpire comes out with the ruling, and it's now 2-0 in favor of the Clams here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Never a doubt. He's an MVP for a reason. He's firing up this team. Like I said, the playoffs bring out the best and the best players, and they're really rallying around their leader now. That was a weird play there by Cold Snow. Was he trying to sell it that he caught it, even though he had nothing in his hand?
I was really confused there if you couldn't tell. And it's 2-1. So we'll clear that all up. As a play that confused us all in general there. Now 2-1 in favor of the Clams. Kermode's going to take a strike.
Well, for Bashara, he hung that pitch. He did not mean to put it up and in to Hunter Cole, and so far, you got to really give credit to the Steamers. Bashara's probably hung about 2 pitches tonight, and they got 2 runs. So when it comes to game planning against Bashara, the Steamers have executed it perfectly, and you can't really fault Bashara either. He's pitching well.
1-1. Kermode found that one off of his foot. He'll take a second to regather himself. It's 1-2, and this is the guy that capitalized on Bashara's other mistake.
Exactly. Both barely out of here at historic kicks, not moon shots like we've seen from, say, Josh Pernetti or Hunter Cole's previous home runs.
Yes. Colson did have a play on that. He's looking at his glove right now out there in right field. Looking at his wrist, too. He thought he had that one.
Yeah, I mean, those are always really fun plays to make as an outfielder. You practice, you know, it in your head, and in practice robbing home runs. And for a split second, I really thought he had that. He's a big player. He definitely could have reached his hand over the wall.
Kermode cuts and misses at the 1-2. He is struck out there, 2 down. And I gave the pause. I thought for sure, honestly, that one was going to find its way over the fence. And the way he had come down, I was kind of convinced that ball had ended up in his hands.
I think he timed it right, Ray. I think if you look at the point where the ball just passed the wall, you can see Cole Snow time his jump perfectly. So I guess he just might have missed it, or it might have been a little too far out of his reach.
Maybe so, as that'll bring up Joe Haney, who flew out his first time up. 1-0 to him. The top door doing its job. Pair of home runs for them, their first times through, as Haney cuts and misses at that one, 1-1.
Well, yeah, you're right, Ray. It comes down to the biggest stars on the biggest stage. It's always how it works. And you also need that one X factor. And so far, Casey Hare with a X factor-ish type of hit as he one-hopped the wall in his at-bat opposite field. Oppo Taco Tuesday on a Friday. Ray.
A lot happening there. 1-2 to Haney. Fouls that one back for Haney. He is hitting .233, 404 on base percentage, pair of home runs and 16 RBIs. There's another thing. Hunter Cole feeling the footsteps of Kermode with that home run leaderboard. Had to respond. 1-2 once again. This one outside 2-2. Haney takes this one down the right field line and foul off the Knights bullpen, just out ahead of that.
Yeah, well, a slider that was hung by Bashara, but it looks like Haney was expecting fastball because he was way out in front of that one. If he waited a millisecond later, that ball might have joined friends with Hunter Cole's home run.
2-2 missing in 3-2.
Well, just as I said, Bashara's still pitching well, even though with those 2 solo home runs. He's just missing his spots a little bit tonight. Not the same Bashara, not a bad Bashara, but not the same dominant Bashara that we have seen so far.
It is 3-2 in there, a called third strike, and that will end the inning. But not before the Steamers respond and retake the lead. A solo home run from Hunter Cole makes it 2-1. As we head to the 4th inning here at Historic Hicks Field on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Top of the fourth inning, Jared Davis not needing much time to get himself ready to go, as Warren, Bailey, NJ Hong, and Zach Coldsnow, the three batters, due up 4, 5, 6 in the night's order. Another crack at Davis, equipped with another lead, and the first pitch grounded to Bruno. Fielded cleanly, his throw over to first is high. Bisharat able to grab it and make the tag, and there is one away.
Nice play by Bisharat, and one of the reasons why Chase Bruno, so if you watch that play again, he let the hop come to him. And usually as a shortstop, you don't want to do that because the runner will, simply put, get to first base on time. So, but for Bruno, he has such quick hands as short that by the time he catches the ball, it's out almost in a snap of your fingers. So he's able to get away with it.
It's always impressive what he's able to pull off in the middle infield. We saw him at second early in the season, now at short.
Yeah, with Anthony Stalin at short and Bruno at second, that almost had the perfect duo because you put guys at second base with good hands because they receive double plays from third, double plays from short, and so you want the guy at second base with the quick hands, and at short you want the guy with the strong arm, and that was Stalin. So they complemented each other perfectly, but it's not like Bruno can't play short too because those quick hands also pay off on the left side.
NJ Hong down to count 1 and 2. He singled and then was caught stealing in the second inning. Davis is 1-2. Missing 2 and 2. Two. This one hit in the air, left field line. Hunter Cole coming in. And that one's going to fall off his glove. And a drop from Hunter Cole will put Hong on first base with 1 out.
Yeah, tough play for Hunter Cole. He was sprinting in to get to that in the Bermuda Triangle. And sometimes when you sprint in that fast for a ball and you have to stop your feet super quickly, it can really mess with your vision because your head is just bobbing back and forth. And that seemed to be the case there. He lost his footing a little bit and the sight on that play as he overshot that one.
Bring up Zach Coldsnow, who cuts on and misses that 0-1. Hunter Cole still getting used to being back in the outfield. Spending most of his time at first base prior to this summer.
And he's done a good job until that play. He's had a lot of good plays ranging back towards the track. Except that one got the best of him there. That's all right, though. When you hit a home run, you're warranted an error. He gets a mulligan.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Now, another error, that's when we'll start to have problems.
Okay. That's when you'll start to go down there and start questioning what's happening. The 1-2 to Coldsnow. Low 2 and 2.
Well, that's if he doesn't hit another home run. Because if he hits 2 home runs, you can have 2 errors.
Okay.
They're interchangeable.
So you don't live by the, remember the Titans speech of needing perfection? As that one's swung on and missed, and there are 2 away.
Not quite. I'd say, we did watch that movie when we were heading on to a road trip at one point. Marshall McDonald always likes to do the motivational football movies. Remember the Titans, Friday Night Lights, The Blind Side, just motivational sports movies to get us fired up on our road trips.
First pitch low and down 1-0. I've enjoyed the sports movies. Really have.
Bull Durham was my favorite, obviously.
Oh, we know.
Yes.
Thomas Crandall walked his first time up. Pops this one up in the air. Davis looking for it, being called off by Bisharat, and Bisharat's going to make the catch to end the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 left. The Steamers lead the Knights 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning here on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Bottom of the fourth inning coming up. Before we get back to baseball, the Steamers are proud to announce that Venture Tours is the official travel partner of the team for the 2021 season. Venture Tours Incorporated is a family-owned business specializing in motor coach transportation. The owners have been in the motor coach industry for more than 40 years. A mixture of hard work and family legacy helped to create Venture Tours Incorporated, one of the most successful motor coach companies in Hampton Roads, coastal Virginia. If you're interested in traveling with Venture Tours, give them a call at 757-494-1480 or visit venturebustours.com. Jacob Bisharat made the catch to end the top of the fourth, and he will lead things off in the bottom of the fourth. It's Bisharat, Pernetti, and Hare. And we talked about Venture Tours, talked about road trips. Winner of this one, taking a road trip to Tarboro tomorrow night.
Does that mean Venture Tours has something in us winning tonight, you think?
I think so.
Could be.
I think they would enjoy that very much. 1-0 to Bisharat. Grounds this one foul on the third base side, 1-1. So, again, we've explained this a couple of times. We want to keep harping on it just so everyone understands kind of what's happening at home, what's at stake here. Double elimination tournament means that tonight, winner plays tomorrow at Tarboro. The loser of tonight's game, loser of Saturday's game will play on Sunday for an elimination game. And whoever wins on Saturday and whoever wins on Sunday will play on Monday. And then if nobody leaves Monday with 2 losses, they play again on Tuesday. That's how this is all working this summer. That's how you're getting your winner of the division. Bisharat ahead in the count, 3-1.
It's confusing, but
I think
bear with us.
We've done a good job with.
No, you've done a great job, Ray.
I think we're trying to keep it. Right now, the West Division, a day ahead. They play in double headers yesterday and today for their bracket. So they could have a champion tonight as Bisharat is walked. Leadoff man aboard. Bring up Josh Pernetti.
And that's interesting, Ray, because if they crown a champion tonight, they'll have all their pitching ready for the championship game against either the Knights, Steamers, or River Bandits.
Correct. And the news out of the West is that the Twins knocked off the Pirates and moved on to the game against the Fungo. If the Twins are able to knock off the Fungo, they'll play again tomorrow night. If not, the Fungo are able to win tonight. The Fungo will lock up the West Division, which they won the regular season crown. But they will then lock up the West, and then the Fungo will sit around for a little while in preparation for the winner of the East. So things moving quickly there out West. 1-1 to Pernetti, who singled his first time up. Bisharat moving down towards second. The throw high. Bisharat sliding in, safe at second base, and the Steamers have a runner in scoring position.
Look at Bisharat adding a little drip to his jersey, getting a little dirty. That's why we got a washer, Ray. And the double clutch there by Bailey led Bisharat to slide in there.
Bisharat had stumbled a little bit coming off of first. Doesn't end up mattering. Count even at 2. Bounce in, good block from Bailey, keeping that one in front of him, keeping Bisharat at second. Count full. Casey Hare awaiting in the on-deck circle. Shar is 3-2, grounded, foul. First base side, Brett Folk faking like he was going to give effort towards it. Now he's going to go jog and run that one down.
Well, after all of his ejections, we figured he'd put some effort in over there at first base. Good to see him cleaning off those rusty legs. Sorry, Brett.
The 3-2. Pernetti sending this one to left field. Left fielder going back. Webb making the grab. And Bisharat will stay there at second base. There is one out.
Well, a really good swing by Pernetti. He's really starting to see the ball well. And it's a good sign to see him hitting the ball the other way, but good play out there and left. Sometimes you'll hit it right at people.
And Webb stepped in at first. Had to quickly react and take a few steps back. Reach up and make that grab. Casey Hare, who hit one over Webb's head his first time up, now up to bat. Shar's first pitch in there, 0-1. Shara coming into this game had only allowed 2 earned runs against the Steamers in his last 2 starts combined. 11 innings pitched in that time. Hare cutting at that one and missing 0-2. Overall in the season, in 22 innings, he allowed just 7 runs. It's good for a 2.86 ERA against the Steamers. So, needless to say, he's had the team's number, except for July 2nd when this man right here, Casey Hare, hit a 3-run home run against him.
And Casey Hare got all that ball. He got a lot of the one he saw earlier in this game out to the left. He's coming up in a really big spot with a runner in scoring position, a tie ball game. This is what X Factors do. They come out of nowhere.
Bashara coming back to second base, and Bishrod having a little fun with Bashara, continuing his little hopping and shuffling in front of second base before going back to the bag.
Yeah, 100%. Anything to mess with the timing, anything you can do definitely pays a difference.
2 missing outside, 1-2. Left that one at the back doorstep. And the 1-2. Cut on and missed. Hare is struck out, and there are 2 away.
Yeah, that was a very defensive swing. He got fooled. And smart pitch by Bashara, because Casey Hare has been able to hit that sinker, been able to hit that slider, so to go with the fastball there, smart pitching by Bashara.
Jackson Hip coming to bat. Hip in his first debut, aggressive the way he's been all season, swinging at that first pitch, and he swings at the first pitch here, and he's gonna watch this one fly over the Teal Monster. A 2-run home run for Jackson Hip has expanded the Steamers' lead. It's 4-1.
Well, Bashara didn't miss his spot. That ball low and in, a very tough pitch to hit out. But if you're swinging it like Jackson Hip, no tough pitch to hit out. Quite the swing. He's fired up.
So people who have been following the team all season know that I am roommates with Jackson Hip. Came down to lunch today, and there was just this serious demeanor about Jackson of like just locked in. And I said, "Are you ready?" He looked at me like I asked him the dumbest question in the world. So yeah, I'm ready to go.
Is the sun going to rise this morning?
He was ready to go.
No, I remember that last year too, Ray. Hip is he's just different. He can turn it on and he can turn it off. But as Roy Williams said about Michael Jordan, he never freaking turned it off. And that's the case for Hip in playoff mode.
Brantley Cutler coming to bat, struck out looking his first time up.
Looks like it's one of those nights for Bashara. I mean, that was a good pitch. That was probably not going to be a strike. And for Hip just to swing at the first pitch and tank it over the GMC sign? How can you be mad at that if you're Bashara?
He's an aggressive guy. I was setting up the conversation about how aggressive he's been at the plate. He just decided to show it instead of let us tell you about it.
Well, in terms of Bashara, when Hip popped up just straight up to the pitcher in his first at-bat while swinging at the first pitch, I think Bashara thought, oh, there's no way he's going to try and do that again. He's definitely going to take. So, hey, you know what? I'm going to throw him a fastball. But that's the last thing you want to do to Jackson Hipp. Jackson Hipp, good with hitting off speed, but definitely really strong with hitting first pitch fastballs. So,
And that's what he's looking to do. He's hunting you as soon as he gets to the box.
oh, yeah. And he knows that's what he's best at. You got to maximize your strengths.
2-2. Cutler is low and in. 3-2.
But it's still a close game. Anything can happen, especially when you have Cazorlo and Trent Hanchey on the other side.
Good job by Cutler working back, being down the count to a walk. 2-out base runner for the Steamers.
I tell you what, Ray, that walk is huge. We always talk about when the Steamers give up home runs, the next hitter that they face is usually 1, 2, 3, or something close to that, and they bounce back really well. And Bashara following up a home run with a walk is just a recipe for you to get taken out of the game.
Bruno rips this one to left field, a base hit. 2 on with 2 out now.
What did I say, Ray? Hitting is contagious. It just instills a confidence into your team when you have a leaders, plural, like Case Kermode and Hunter Cole. It just instills confidence that they can do the same off a tough pitcher. And we saw that with Hipp. We see it now with Bruno.
And you mentioned leaders and Hunter Cole, and he got the lead back in the bottom of the 3rd inning with the solo home run. Another chance for him now. Bashara's first pitch. Cole pops this one up in the air on the third base side. This one headed towards the grandstand. It's going to bounce right in front of that grandstand.
Look out. Pretty packed over there. Pretty packed tonight.
It's playoff baseball, playoff atmosphere at a baseball town. 0-1 to Cole. Up and in, 1-1.
We've got our own Nick Neistat over there in the Greenbrier dugout. I'm not sure if he's trying to pick up on strategy and relay it to our clams.
We've got a balk, and that will move 2 into scoring position for Hunter Cole.
Well, Ray, so far, Bashara has not been himself tonight. And a balk is definitely all the evidence you need.
Hunter Cole all excited with the runners in scoring position, cutting at that one and missing 1 and 2.
Yeah, going back to Nick Neistat, I'm not sure. I think that's Cazorlo over there. Maybe trying to get some hitting tips from Cazorlo also. That could be it.
We've
I know
seen
you
him
tried.
take BP. So the 1-2 to Cole. Say he went around on that one. He is struck out. So the Steamers will leave 2 in scoring position, but they get 2 in this inning. A 2-run home run from Jackson Hipp puts the Steamers up 4-1 as we head to the 5th inning here at historic Hicks Field. Top of the 5th inning. As the Knights coming to bat, Zach Will, the second baseman, leading things off. 8-9-1 in the order due up. And it's Will, Miles Webb, and Trent Hanchey for the Knights.
Well, interesting bunt for a hit attempt there. I like that. Haney should be playing on the grass.
Two and 0 to Will.
Well, I'm surprised on a bunt attempt to see Haney not play on the grass after that. Will, a fast player.
At this juncture of the game, trailing 4-1. Knights just trying to spark something with that.
Yeah, Haney even himself did that. When the offense isn't really working and the pitcher is dealing, sometimes a bunt can be a good spark.
This one popped up in the air on the infield. Bisharat calling off Kermode, coming in and making the grab in foul territory, and there is one away.
This man, Bisharat, is doing it all over the place tonight. Sliding into second, making plays with the glove.
That was really good and decisive on his part. Quickly realizing he's coming in and he's got a better angle to come in and make that grab than Kermode, who was coming out with his head back, yelling for the ball and getting the out.
Yeah, I mean, Kermode's a defensive player of the year. However, you still want to call him off in that situation just because of angles and stuff like that.
0-1 to Webb, who singled to start the third and came around. He grounds this one slowly to the third. Went off his foot, excuse me, is down 0-2 and in a little bit of pain later on tonight.
Yeah, it looked pretty fair to me. But that's why they got a leg guard on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Webb hitting 198, a 301 on base percentage for the season. Down 0-2 in the count. That slider just in the front yard.
I like those front door sliders. Those are always super close, and always the fans just ooh and ah.
They take the 1-2 to center field. Cutler came in for a second, ranging over and making the grab. There are two away.
Good swing. But that's why they positioned him there out in center, Ray. Remember we talked about that before. That's when I learned that that's why the center fielder plays out there, because it might get hit out there, even if they hit it well.
That's right. We taught you that this year. So you're going to go back to baseball with renewed purpose out there in center field.
Literally.
Trent Hanchey up to bat. Takes a strike, 0-1. Hanchey so far, strikeout and a single. Oh, and 2 to him quickly.
Well, there was a player that got to 0-2 quickest. You look that up on the internet, a nice picture of Jared Davis pops up.
Yeah, he's moving quick. We talk about how quickly Dearman, how quickly Willie work. We just don't see Davis as much as those two guys.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm definitely going to have to challenge Daniel Willie on that, because Davis is giving him a run for his money. Must be a busy guy.
Must be. Must have a lot to do. The 2-2. Cut on and missed, and Hanchey is struck out. A 1-2-3 inning for Davis in the top of the 5th. Steamers holding a 4-1 lead as we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning here at historic Hicks Field. We'll be back on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Bottom of the 5th inning, and the heart of the Steamers order coming to bat. Case Kermode, Joe Haney, Jacob Bisharat. Kermode homered in the 1st inning, gave the Steamers a 1-0 lead with his solo shot. He is 1 for 2 with that home run and a strikeout. So Bashar is still on the mound. His first pitch in there for a strike, 0-1.
We've been moving quickly, even Bashar as well, matching Jared Davis's pace.
Yeah, it's 8:15 on the East Coast here, and we are in the bottom of the 5th already. One, two. These pitchers must really just enjoy the beds of the host families they're staying with, because they're always working quickly to try and get back to them.
Listen, they got to get their beauty sleep. They got to get back to the house and to crash, I guess.
Yeah. One of these teams is less than 24 hours away from the first pitch against Tarboro.
Only time will tell.
The 1-2 to Kermode. Skies this one, shallow right field. Will out there and makes the grab, and there is one away.
Kermode just missed that one.
Joe Haney has flown out and struck out so far. The only Steamer in the lineup yet to reach base.
And it's the 5th inning, Ray. That's pretty solid against a top-tier arm in Bashara.
There is some throwing going on in the Knights bullpen. So this could be all we see of Bashara.
I'd like to see the Knights coaching staff ride Bashar out a little more. I think it's got to the point where he wouldn't be able to pitch again in this Eastern Division playoffs. So at this point, you just want to ride him out as much as you can, especially it's still a pretty close game. Once you get to 5 or 6, then maybe, but I mean, a 3-run home run by Jose Cazorla. Hopefully I don't speak that into existence, but that could change the ball game right then and there.
Absolutely. This Knights lineup has been able to hit Steamers pitching recently and throughout times this season. So certainly not out of the cards. You're not calling it a ball game in the bottom of the 5th. Haney fouls this one off, 1-2, and since you're playing 9 innings, which for just about half of the matchups against the Knights we hadn't been doing due to doubleheaders.
Exactly.
It's a bit of a different ball game. One-two to Haney. Swing and a miss. He is struck out, and there are 2 away.
We hear one fan say, "All right, 7, no worries." And the way Bishrot's been swinging it, he is right.
Bishrot singled in the 4th. Stole the bag, and then he got to take an easy trot on home. And Jackson hit a 2-run home run. First pitch to Bishrot. Up near his head, and he is no stranger to being hit by pitches. It happened to him 6 times in a week at the end of the season. He's just a magnet. I really don't have a good explanation for it.
Yeah, just there's, I guess, some energy about him. He's a magnet. But, I mean, I don't care. It's playoff time. If you're going to get hit by a pitch, anything to get on base, I won't get upset like I would earlier in the regular season when Bishrot got hit by a pitch. I know I was definitely frustrated when he was the 5th straight batter to be hit when they played the Fuquay-Varina Twins.
1-1 missing, 2-1. Two and 2 now.
And a good pitch by Bashara. We haven't seen that slider have much success tonight. That pitch says otherwise.
Bashara trying to put Bisharat away. Count full now, 3-2.
And I really got to applaud Bisharat there. That's the exact same pitch that he chased to strike out in his last at-bat. So, good job by Bisharat taking that pitch. Not sure what's going on here.
Marshall McDonald's coming to talk because I had the count earlier in this at-bat as 1 ball ahead of where we were. And that should have been ball 4. The scoreboard was showing 2-2, which might have confused the umpire. And it had me confused, which you didn't hear me calling out the pitches because I had it marked myself as a full count for Bisharat before that pitch. So he is rightfully getting his walk. We don't play by 5 balls here in the Premier Collegiate League. It's still 4, and he'll head down to first.
Well, yeah, as I was going to say, it looks like when it becomes playoff time, it doesn't extend to 5 balls to take your base. So good thing we didn't, at least if we're going to change it to 5 balls, let's communicate that before the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We would want that passed along to us up in the booth. That's only the nice thing to do. Josh Pernetti now up. He cuts and misses at that one. Pernetti so far a single and a fly out. Oh, and 2 quickly to him.
Yeah, pitch right on the corner. Good spot by Bashara.
Fouls that one back. Chasing a little upstairs, but able to fight it off. And Pernetti just ahead of a breaking ball, and someone's front yard could be in trouble the way he pulled that one foul.
Yeah, Josh Pernetti, if you were to look up in the dictionary, player that terrorizes front yards of homes with batted baseballs. A nice
It'd be
picture
a long
of Josh.
thing to look up in the dictionary. Maybe Google. Pernetti pops this one up in the air, foul territory. Bailey giving it a look now on the backstop, going up and making the grab to end the inning. No hits, no runs, 1 left. We head to the 6th inning here at historic Hicks Field. The Clams have a 4-1 lead on the Steamers YouTube channel. Max Lucas, Jose Cazorla, and Warren Bailey, the 3 due up. Jared Davis still dealing. 0-1. Lucas takes the 0-1 pitch over to second base. A diving stop for Hare. His throw to first in time, and there's 1 out.
Phenomenal play by Casey Hare. The Butterfingers Player of the Year, proving me wrong. Sliding on the dirt, kicking up a little dust for some flair for Hare, and a nice backhanded play.
We had fun with him with that award. We enjoyed that one.
Yeah, if you weren't there at the banquet, what we did is I had the Butterfingers candy bar in my hand, and as Casey Hare walks up to receive the award, I toss it to him, and he purposely drops it. Well, we think purposely, but sorry to give you a hard time. Nice play, Casey Hare.
2-0 to Jose Cazorla, who reached on a drop third in the first and grounded to short in the third. Now 3-0 to a hitter like Cazorla, down by 3 runs. Take sign?
Yes.
We'll never know. The ball was upstairs anyways. Ball 4 and a 1-out base runner.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're Barry Bonds. Which I don't like to use that analogy.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Because he used steroids. How about Mike Trout?
Oh, stop. I'm not having
that,
Barry
we'll
Bonds
save that debate
discussion
for another
today.
day.
Yeah, we're in the playoffs.
What I'm trying to say is, regardless, you just want base runners at this point, being down 4-1.
Warren Bailey hits this one deep to center field, and Brantley Cutler is going to watch that one hit off the shed. A 2-run home run narrows the Steamers' lead. It's 4-3.
Well, that's why you want base runners, Ray, because that means when you hit the home run, now it's a 1-run game. That becomes a 2-run shot. I mean, man, Bailey touched that one. Can't even fault yourself if you're Davis there. That pitch was probably out of the zone. That pitch was upstairs. But sometimes that's what upstairs pitches lead to, because if you get a hold of it, it could go a long way.
Bailey's 4th home run of the summer has put a quiet in historic Hicks Field. Made this game quite close. Still the 1-run lead for the Steamers as NJ Hong comes to bat with 1 out. For Davis, he's now allowed more runs in this game than he has so far this season. And that'll bring out Brett Folk as a 4-pitch walk, a home run on a pitch that was out of the zone, and a ball to start Hong. Might as well be the Brett Folk music.
Yeah, 100%. And for Davis, one of the reasons he's been so good this year is he's avoided those 4-pitch walks. And as a result, that when he would give up a home run, which he rarely did, it wouldn't amount to much. And in this situation, it amounted to enough to make it a 1-run game. And now the breathing room has thinned for the Steamers. It's going to come down to the wire.
And Davis, when he has given up home runs, the funny thing is the rain has taken over in those games because he only has 2 earned on the season. He had rough goes of it against Moorhead City and in a game against Tarboro. Both those games get wiped due to the weather.
Must be nice.
You know, somebody was looking out for his ERA. He was joking about that with me earlier today. This is 2-0 missing 3-0. Just about the situations that he's found himself in and the fact that, yeah, there's been games where he has not pitched well and Mother Nature is there to bail him out. Mother Nature hasn't bailed us out for much this season, but Mother Nature's a Jared Davis fan. Maybe not a Steamers fan, but definitely a Jared Davis fan.
It picks its battles, let's say.
The 3-1 missing ball 4. And Hong on board. Zach Coldsnow has popped out and struck out. And Marshall McDonald coming out. And that will be all we will see from Jared Davis. Jared Davis going 5 1/3, allowing 3 runs. He will leave Hong over there at first base. We will have more on the pitching change and bring you through the rest of this top of the 6th inning when we come back on the Steamers YouTube channel. You can hear the roar from the crowd for tonight's starter. We'll be right back. Right-hander Blake Gibson in the game now for the Steamers. He'll face Zach Coldsnow with a runner on and one out here in the top of the 6th inning. Gibson, so far this season, a 2.42 ERA in 22 and a third innings. He made a spot start. He's been out of the bullpen most of the season. He has a 2-1 record. He struck out 25 in his 22 and a third. Tonight, he was named the team's pitcher of the year. He's behind 2-0.
Yeah, and one of the reasons he was pitcher of the year is because he could do it from both ends, as a reliever and as a starter. His starts were pretty impressive, and obviously he's been the #1 guy out the pen. That's the reason why.
Bending in the front door, 2-1.
That has got some bite to it.
Yes, it does. Two one from Gibson. Fouled off by Coldsnow. Coldsnow previously popped out and struck out.
And for Gibson, he's got to keep the ball down. Coldsnow can put a dent into it, just like the rest of this Greenbrier night lineup, especially Cazorlo and Hanchey.
Time taken there from Coldsnow. We await the 2-2. Gibson's last appearance, he did allow a home run. I told him that I would wear that on my ERA because I did not change his walk-up song prior to the game, and we decided to blame it on that. Here's his correct walk-up music now, and he'll get Coldsnow to pop this one in the air towards the first base coach's box. Bishrod over, makes the grab, and there are 2 away.
Well, he got his walk-up song tonight. Paid off against Coldsnow. We'll have to see against Crandall. Bishrod real busy over there, man. He's going to need a nice little ice bath after tonight.
He's just happy to be here. Just a few people
always a smile on that kid's face.
I'm going to say, a few people who love this game, that Bishrod does. So I think he welcomes all that action up there at first. 1-0. He's definitely one of those people also with the mindset of hit the ball to me. I want to make the play.
Yes, that's a very important mentality in playoffs especially.
1-0, Crandall takes that one down the left field line, foul. Flying on over the Steamers bullpen.
Oh, strike one.
Yeah, loud, but all goes into the book the same. One, Sky to center field. Cutler coming on. That one's going to drop in front of him. 2 on with 2 out now.
And for Gibson, that was such a good pitch that Crandall hit that so poorly that it was able to fall in front of Cutler out there in center. Baseball's weird, and sometimes those things happen.
It has a way of evening itself out. If Crandall barrels one on a line drive, I bet he'll find a glove later on. As Zach Will comes to bat. He's ground into a fielder's choice and popped out so far. He'll foul the first one down the right field line. Looks like there's a couple people outside of the net covering in the beer garden. Seemed unfazed. A foul ball flying that direction.
Look, they got a net over there, Ray.
Well, they're just beyond it.
Oh, I hear you.
0-1. Dropping into the zone, 0-2.
And deservingly so. Round of applause from the Steamer faithful. When they took out Jared Davis, I think the Knights were like, man, maybe we don't have to see that nasty slider again. Well, think again.
Gibson's 0-2, a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that will end the inning. The Knights have 2 on with 2 out and leave them there. They do put a pair of runs on the board with a 2-run home run from Warren Bailey to make it a 4-3 game. We head to the bottom half of the 6th inning here at historic Hicks Field. We'll be back on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Left-hander Shane McCarthy entering the game for the Greenbrier Knights. As the evening has come to a close for Vince Bashara, who allowed 4 over 5 innings. McCarthy, the left-hander this season, has pitched 9 innings and 6 different appearances. He's got a 3.00 ERA. And he struck out 11 in those 9 innings. Casey Hare leading things off and taking a strike to start the bottom of the 6th inning.
Well, the Steamers are still in the lead after that Warren Bailey blast, but they're going to really need some more insurance here in this inning.
Hare sends this one to left center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. He rounds first and will head on back. Leadoff man aboard. And he's a little fired up. Got to get himself back to first base. It's the Knights looking to catch him napping as he was trying to excite the dugout.
Well, I'll tell you what he wasn't doing on that swing, napping. That was a phenomenal swing. A lefty on lefty curveball. You don't see many lefties as much, so lefties hitters don't see that curveball as much. And to be able to take it the other way after coming in the front door, that is an incredible swing by Casey Hare.
Speaking of incredible swings, we saw Jackson Hipp hit a 2-run home run in the 4th, his last time up. He is 1 for 2 as the first pitch up near his head. Ground this one to second base. Will over to Crandall. Crandall's throw to first is in time. A 4-6-3 double play and a facelift on this inning. A runner on and nobody out to nobody on and 2 out.
Yeah, just a little jam shot there by Hipp. McCarthy did a good job running that fastball in on his hands.
Brantley Cutler walked his last time up. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Marthy's first pitch, a breaking ball cut on and missed, 0-1.
That's that same curveball that Casey Hare took the other way. And Cutler just on top of that one.
Went too quickly to Cutler. And looking out west, we do have an update on what's happening in Wake Forest right now. The Twins lead the Fungo 2-1. Trying to force another game tomorrow night for the championship of that division. Cutler going to take the 0-2 the opposite way towards the track, and the catch is made to end the inning. Steamers do get a hit, but leave no one. As they lead 4-3. We head to the 7th here on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Top of the 7th inning on tap before we get back to baseball. Fans, summer's here, and you know what that means. Graduation parties and cookout season. Bill Gardner's Biggs Party Tent is the perfect place to host your next get-together. Schedule a picnic before the game for your next birthday bash, graduation gathering, or business rendezvous. It's the classic choice for family summer fun. Call the office at 482-4080 for more details. Thank you to Bill Gardner and Biggs Cadillac Buick GMC for their support of the Steamers and sponsoring our newest addition to historic Hicks Field. It is the bottom of the order. 9-hitter Miles Webb leading things off. Webb, Hanchey, and Lucas. The three due up. And there's a strike to start him off. Blake Gibson back on the mound. And got Steamers out of a tough spot in the 6th. Here's 0-1. This one shot the other way into right field, a base hit. Hip there to get it. Webb rounding first, and he'll stick around there. Leadoff man aboard.
Another good swing. Both teams are really taking what the pitcher gives you and putting on better swings than we've seen out of these two teams in previous meetings. Casey Hare with that opposite field hit, Webb with his opposite field hit. We've seen opposite field home run. We haven't seen much from Warren Bailey either recently when it comes to the Knights, and he touched one. Well, there goes Gibby again with the slow first move to kind of make the runner think that, oh, he doesn't really have much better than that, and then all of a sudden comes a quick one. So Steamer fans, be on alert later in this at-bat.
Trent Hanchey. First pitch to him. He fouls this one off. Kicking around. Right in front of the Steamers dugout. 0-1. Gibson, Pico at first. He's going over to first. Webb will be back in there safely.
Looks like the Knights have learned their lesson.
Gibson's 0-1 missing outside, 1-1. For Hanchey so far, he is 1 for 3, a pair of strikeouts and a single. And a throw over. Would not want to be a runner on base while Gibson's on the mound.
Yeah, if I'm there on first, I'm taking a 1-foot lead so I can easily get back.
This one bouncing in. Good block from Kermode. Gibson looking over at first time called over there. First base umpire. It's because ball came rolling on to the field from the way of the Steamers dugout. And another ball coming down. I don't know if they're unloading from left field. Maybe someone up there throwing that's missing. I'm blocked off. I'm blind to that spot.
That would be quite the misfire if the pitcher threw it over the fence from the bullpen. Not necessarily what you want to see warming up.
2-1 taken down the line in left field. Cole going over there. He's unable to make the grab. And it'll be first and second now with nobody out.
Yeah, tough one for Hunter Cole. You can see he's frustrated. Errors can be the difference, Ray. We've seen that in the doubleheaders versus Tarboro early on, in the middle of this season rather, and in close games like this, errors are everything.
That one was ruled an error. As Cole was working his way to the line. The ball kicked off his glove while he was trying to make the grab. So 2 on with nobody out. Max Lucas is going to ground this one over to second. Hare, there's one at second. The throw to first in time, and a double play, 4-6-3. And a facelift on this inning. There's now 2 away.
A sigh of relief for Steamer fans. Man, now you got a runner on third, but 2 outs. And that just makes it all more tough for Jose Cazorla to tie this game. This inning really could have been trouble. But my favorite, double play, always prevails.
Papa Tom sponsored double play right there as Cazorla shoots this one the other way down the right field line. This game is tied. Cazorla around first, heading into second. He will be there standing up. And the 3-hole hitter for Greenbrier has made it a brand new ball game in the 7th.
And again, another great swing by Cazorla, taking it the other way. All 6'4" at Bisharock couldn't quite get to that one.
Now with 2 outs and a runner on second, Warren Bailey, who hit a 2-run home run his last time up, comes to bat. Gibson a peek back at second. Now he's coming home. Pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Bailey so far 1 for 3 with that home run. He offers at that pitch low and away, 0-2. And
well, the fan knew before the umpire knew.
the crowd very excited on that.
Yeah, I'd love to see the fans getting into it tonight.
This is what you work for all summer. Come here every night, get to know the players, then you get to support them into the postseason. A look back at second, the 0-2 from Gibson is up high, 1-2.
Somewhat like a 10th man in a way.
Gibson's 1-2 to Bailey. Fouls that one off, keeps himself alive. A good job keeping himself going. Pitch that he was well out ahead of.
Yeah, and I'm dropping another slider right there. Bailey is not looking too hot against that awfully good Gibson slider.
Not too many hitters this summer who have looked particularly good against that slider. One-two from Gibson. Line drive, foul, third base line. That one moved quite a ways rather quickly. Joe Haney had shown some effort towards it, just too far foul down the line for him to get to, keeping the count at 1-2. So from a barely hit foul tip to a rocket, Gibson Now trying to miss the bat, 1 and 2. This one grounded foul, third base line. And how are you trying to get him out with this 1-2 count?
I'm going with the slider again. It's one thing to throw it 5 straight times. I don't think Bailey will be expecting it.
A swing and a miss. Bailey is set down. The Knights do tie the game in this inning. A 2-out double from Jose Cazorla brings home a run. 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's 4-4 at historic Hicks Field. We'll be back on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Bottom of the 7th inning. Game all knotted up at 4. We will get the top of the Steamers order, but before we get that, I understand we have a trivia question answer from Adam Fine.
I got us tonight with trivia. Last time the Steamers won a playoff game, 2017, against the Peninsula Pilots. It was a good game, just like we have here, 6-5 in the CPL East Division semis.
The first pitch to Bruno, 0-1. Yes, so the Steamers, bit of a postseason victory drought.
A little bit.
We did the math. We crunched the numbers on the number of days it has been. Bruno grounds this one along the line. That one is going to remain fair, and Bruno ends up on first base. The leadoff man's aboard.
That type of hit, Ray, makes me so happy. I just love that the grass held up just enough. Oh, man, I haven't seen that in a very long time. And Bruno, I mean, a couple of his hits where he's gotten out, he's hit it in that area. And he's either been unlucky or the third baseman's made a great play, and he got bailed out there.
Hunter Cole now coming to bat with a runner on. The first pitch to him's in there for a strike, 0-1. As alluding to the postseason drought before the ground ball, 1,452 days since Edenton has seen a playoff victory. Cole skies this one foul, left field side. That one's headed towards the parking lot.
So, Ray, we were talking about Hunter Cole earlier. We gave him a mulligan on his one error in the outfield because he hit a home run. But now he made a second one. So there's only one way to earn himself a mulligan number 2. Even a gapper that can move Bruno to third. I feel like that would qualify as well.
The 0-2 from McCarthy. A called third strike. Cole is set down, and there is one away. And Hunter Cole has words for the umpire after that one. Looked high and away.
Yeah, that borderline pitch there. A dotted fastball, I think, caught Hunter Cole off guard.
Case Kermode, a home run. Aside from that, a strikeout and a pop out, he's 1 for 3. His solo home run opened the scoring in the first. Now McCarthy going over to first. And we have another update from Wake Forest. Heading to the 6th, the Twins still lead 2-1. So the Twins trying to force one more game in that bracket. Prolong the drama in that division.
I don't know. I kind of prefer the East drama, if you ask me.
I've got plenty of it here. First pitch to Kermode. Missing, 1-0. Bruno dancing around a little bit over there at first. 2-0 now to Kermode.
Well, for Bruno, I'm assuming if he gets a perfect jump, like that's what he's trying to look for there, a little vault steal, as we call it, where you do a premature shuffle before the pitch is thrown. And if you time it up perfectly, I wouldn't be surprised to see him take off. He needs to find a way in scoring position.
And that one is going to catch Kermode in the leg. That'll put 2 on with 1 out.
Man, that one's going to leave a mark. But hey, it's playoffs. As much as you don't want to see your star players get hit, you want to see them get on base. So you got to pick your battles, and I'm going to pick to be happy in that situation for the Steamers.
Kermode walking it off down there along the first base line, trying to stretch himself out a little bit.
Just in case Courtney wasn't busy enough.
Yes, seriously. And just in case Case hadn't gone through enough this season.
He's going to need to like go on a little beach vacation,
Yeah,
maybe like
seriously.
all-inclusive resort in like the Bahamas or something, and just kick back and relax for a good 2 weeks.
But you're booking that one after August 5th because still some business in town to do, but you're absolutely right. He needs that vacation. First pitch to Joe Haney is outside 1-0.
Well, we haven't seen much offense from Haney in these last couple games, and this is the perfect time to turn it around.
He is 0 for 3, a pair of strikeouts. McCarthy staring back at second. Coming home now. 1-0 in there, 1-1. Haney checking his swing and tipping that one in front of the plate. Bailey, the throw down to first, gets Haney. Haney tripped up, going down to first, slams his helmet. And now he's crawling around a little bit, coming up hobbling, and he's going back down. Marshall McDonald quickly going out there. Courtney Phelps following him out there. Brett Folk going out to talk to him. He'll sit down now. Like reaching down towards his ankle.
Yeah, and that slam of the helmet is not frustration in the fact that he got out. It's the frustration that he's hurt. That does not look too good. Maybe the wind just got knocked out of him or something. That's what we're hoping for in this situation.
Looks like Courtney Phelps is working on the lower part of his left leg.
It was a weird collision, and he just landed in a weird way, too. He had to brace himself kind of like on all fours into the dirt.
And they are still working on Joe Haney down there. He is out. There are 2 out, now 2 in scoring position. Jacob Bisharat coming to bat, and he just checked to swing at that ball and ended up hitting it forward. We've seen a couple of times where it's gone foul in this game and just overall this season. That time he checks it goes forward. Warren Bailey makes the throw up the line. Hong reaching in his glove where he has to make that grab. And Haney trying to avoid any sort of collision there. He will be helped off now. And NJ Hong offering to go over and help Haney get off the field. It's going to be Courtney and Marshall who are now going to attempt to pick him up to get him off the field. And now Jacob Mustaine coming hustling out to try and help him off. A scary scene for this team who has dealt with a lot of adversity with this roster. And for Haney, a freshman who has really come into his own in his time in Edenton, just really, really gut-wrenching to watch him be helped off the field, and we hope he is going to be okay very soon.
Yeah, just trying to shine positive light here. Sometimes injuries can be really scary at first, and then bone bruises can just be really scary, and hopefully that's what it is. It's just a bad bruise, and he can get better without anything serious.
Mustaine and Marshall McDonald helping him over and towards the dugout. And now Jacob Bisharat will be tasked with 2 runners in scoring position and 2 outs. Pair of walks in this game for him. He's stolen a base. He came around to score in the 4th. He was also struck out. McCarthy's pitch to Bisharat in there for strike 0-1.
Well, after all that, we still have a game to play here, and for Bisharat, this is clutch at-bat. Very important at-bat here.
McCarthy's 0-1. Bisharat fouls this one off 0-2 quickly in the hole. 2 outs here in the 7th. The Knights bats have come to life in the last 2 innings. Tie this game at 4. The 0-2. That one bends itself into the zone. Bisharat is caught looking, and that will do it for the inning. The Steamers put 2 in scoring position with 2 outs, but leave them there. 1 hit, no runs, 2 left. We head to the 8th inning, 4-4. Knights coming to bat when we come back on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Eighth inning, a tie ball game between the Greenbrier Knights and Edenton Steamers. Sam Duncan is on the mound now, the right-hander from Brown University. And this is the portion of the game in which the Steamers bullpen has really exceeded. Duncan and Allen That is Sam Duncan and Michael Allen in 17 innings combined of work this July. They have posted a very impressive body of work, a 1.06 ERA.
Yeah, it's a 1-2-3 punch out of the pen. Gibson, Duncan, Allen.
Duncan's first pitch is low, 1-0. BNJ Hong, Zach Coldsnow, and Thomas Crandall. The 5, 6, 7 portion of the lineup due up. Duncan behind 2-0.
And this is the inning you got to get guys out, because the 9th inning, you got the heart of the order up for the Knights, so you have to be stellar this inning.
Hong grounds this one foul, and the defensive changes that occurred due to the injury to Joe Haney. Jacob Bishrop moving from first to third. Jacob Mustaine entering the game to play at first. The 2-1 bouncing in there, 3-1. That one's going to roll just saved before it went into the trench of a dugout over there at the first base side for the Knights.
Yeah.
3-1, bouncing in, ball 4. Leadoff man walked.
Well, there have been outings where Sam Duncan has still remained strong even after walking the first hitter. So Brett Folks just looks like he's going to head out and remind him.
Gonna let the runner get to first. Now take time. And now Brett Folk will go out and talk to Sam Duncan. And for the season, Sam Duncan, this is his 16th appearance. He has pitched 14 innings with a 1-0 record. An overall 5.14 ERA. It doesn't tell the full story. A couple of rough outings early. He has 26 strikeouts in those 14 innings. Steamers have had some late inning magic against this Knights team.
Yeah, this game's far from over for both sides.
Zach Coldsnow coming to bat. And Coldsnow, a pair of pop-outs and a strikeout. He's 0 for 3. Duncan's first pitch, inside, 1-0.
Well, Duncan hasn't found the zone. Isn't really finding it here, but you can see his composure on the mound. He's unfazed. He's staying present. I really like that out of Duncan.
One in there, 1-1. And Hong probably remembers being thrown out, stealing, back in the second by Case Kermode. Be interesting to see whether he tries his luck one more time. So 1-1, bouncing, Kermode blocking it and giving a nice stare down to first base. It's 2-1.
Yeah, Ray, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, Case Kermode will throw you out.
That is the old saying.
That is what they say. I don't know how that relates to the situation, but we're going to roll with it for now.
I think it relates perfectly. I think you did a tremendous job there, Adam.
Oh, thank you.
2-1. Grounded over to second base. Hare's got it. The throw to second. There's one. The throw to first. A double play. 4-6-3. One more time for the Steamers.
Not once, not twice, but 3 double plays. All of the 4-6-3 variety. And if the Steamers come out with the win tonight, I guarantee you that right there will be the difference from limiting the Knights to big innings.
Papa Tom's going to be happy at home. He was putting it in the comments just before that was hit. Whenever he does see it, he's going to be going nuts in the comments. Says Thomas Crandall coming up. It's 1-0.
And to answer, I'm not sure if that's a question, Papa Tom, but it was a 4-6-3 double play. Casey, Bruno, Mustang.
Just feel the exhale.
It really is a sigh of relief. And it's literally a Christmas present to pitch counts for the Steamers as well.
That one just slipping out of Duncan's hand, going high, 3-0. Behind 3-0. Duncan's pitch, and that one sails upstairs as well. So
Well,
Crandall,
good thing
head
there's
down
no
to
one
first.
on. Good thing there's no one on base, right? Because he would have been on third or scored by the way that ball went to the backstop. So that double play once again comes up clutch.
And Marshall McDonald's going to head out to the mound. Looks like that will be it for Sam Duncan. Gets a pair of outs, the 4-6-3 double play. Put 2 outs on the board. He comes back and walks Thomas Crandall, and that will be it for him. We will return with a new pitcher, break down on him, and the rest of this 8th inning when we come back on the Steamers YouTube channel. Two outs in the top of the 8th inning with a runner on. Ben Kaufman to the mound. Before we get back to baseball, first of all, I'll let you know about Venture Tours. They're excited to announce the return of their Atlantic City Casino day trips. You don't have to break your piggy bank to visit Atlantic City for the day. Tickets are $85. You must be 21 years or older to participate. The trip includes $35 in free slot play at Resorts Casino. If you're interested in traveling with Venture Tours, give them a call at 757-494-1480 or visit venturebustours.com. Venture Tours is the official travel partner of the Steamers for the 2021 season. The winner of this one looking to travel to Tarboro tomorrow. Before we get there, a lot to be decided on the arm of Ben Kaufman. His first pitch, missing 1-0. Left-hander from Bluefield College. This is his 13th appearance of the summer. He's pitched in 15 innings, 1-3 record. He does have a save. That means a 6.60 ERA. Zach Will at the dish. Will and then Miles Webb awaiting in the on-deck circle. Time called.
For Kaufman, he's got to find the zone here. Walks lead to runs. Especially if you start the count out behind. Only more confidence to the hitter.
2-0 now. Kaufman a look over at first, and another one now coming home with the 2-0. This one grounded up the middle. Hare got that, and he'll tag the bag. A good job from the second baseman to end this top of the 8th inning. A pair of walks allowed in the inning, both of them erased by good defense. A 4-4 tie. Steamers coming to bat when we come back in the bottom of the 8th inning on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Shane McCarthy still on the mound for the Greenbrier Knights. Josh Pernetti, Casey Hare, and Jackson Hipp due up for the Steamers. Pernetti 1 for 3 in this game. He's played hero ball before in these late game situations. A walk-off grand slam against the River Bandits earlier this season. He grounds a ball towards the hole. Good play from the second baseman. His throw in time to get him at first base. A great play from Will, and a good job by Hong adjusting to the throw. There is one out.
Yeah, phenomenal play. That's a Hunter Cole-esque type of hit. But Pernetti not able to leg that one out, courtesy of an incredible play by Hong.
Someone who is no stranger to a couple of good plays in the field tonight, Casey Hare up to bat. He is 2 for 3. Pair of singles and a strikeout. One and 0 to him. Two and 0 now.
And for Hare, he's seen the ball well tonight. I want to see him swinging on this 2-0, do damage. For another hot hitter on deck, Jackson Hipp to drive him in.
Catch in the outer corner, 2-1.
Yeah, but if you get a banger of a curveball in the outer half of the plate, you don't want to swing at that on 2-0. So smart take there by Hare.
Lines this one towards center field. That one's going to drop in for a base hit. A 3-hit night for Hare, and the Steamers have a runner on board with 1 out.
Yeah, you can tell he's seeing it well. When Casey Hare is hitting the ball the other way, with line drives especially, that's a really, really good sign.
That's also a really good sign for your season. You have 3 home runs in the last 3 games. This guy right here does. Jackson Hipp, a home run earlier. He grounds this one slowly to third. Going to be a tough play. McCarthy fielding it, trying to spin around. He's got no play. Hipp's in there at first base. There are 2 on with 1 out.
Well, it's not the result in terms of a batted ball that Hipp wanted, but he's on base. McCarthy should have let that ball go to the third baseman there. With McCarthy fielding that ball, his momentum's taking him towards the Steamer dugout. Meanwhile, you have Max Lucas's momentum going to first, so you want to leave that for Lucas.
Almost an inexplicable type of move on his part, trying to feel that and spin himself around. Nonetheless, he's got to focus in on Brantley Cutler, who's 0 for 2 with a walk so far. McCarthy's first pitch, Cutler grounds this one to first. Honga trying to turn two. His throw to second gets one. The throw back to first, not in time. Runners on the corners with 2 outs.
And here we go. This is Chase Bruno's moment right here. He's another hot hitter as well. Cutler set it up perfectly. It's time.
A pair of hits for Chase Bruno, 2 for 4. And the Knights are trying to get set with this first and third setup. I think they believe Cutler might have his sights set on second. McCarthy having none of Cutler stepping off the bag before he comes to the mound.
Exactly.
His first pitch to Bruno. Foul tip that one in the glove, 0-1.
Well, what's new? Bruno being aggressive on the first pitch. Also a good 2-strike hitter. I want to see him try and look more to hit a line drive. Sometimes he can get under it and fly out a lot, so he's just got to look to hit the ball on the line here.
0-1 inside, 1-1. And a ball to the backstop. What do you think the chances of seeing Hare trying a mad dash home?
I don't know. He's got to be really sure. And I know Marshall McDonald's in his ear right now. Go or stay. You got to be really careful.
1-1, a ground ball to shortstop. Crandall got it to second, and that will do it for the inning. The Steamers threaten, have 2 on with 2 out, runners on the corners, and unable to bring a run home. This game still knotted at 4, and the all-important, all-decisive 9th inning on deck. We will be back with it on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Ben Kaufman still on the mound. Miles Webb now up to bat. The top of the 9th inning about to get going here at historic Hicks Field in the first game of the Premier Collegiate League Eastern Division Championship bracket. Kaufman's first pitch, high and away, 1-0. The winner tonight to Tarboro tomorrow. The loser awaits the elimination game on Sunday. Kaufman, 2-0 now.
Good leave there by Webb. Kaufman's got some run to that fastball.
Webb so far 2 for 3. Pair of singles and a flyout. 2-0 is grounded over to third. Bisharat, that's going to kick off him and towards Bruno at shortstop. Leadoff man aboard in this 9th inning.
Yeah, it's a tough play. It's that in-between hop. You always know you want to go get it. But also sometimes if you can't go get it while it's pretty much on the ground, if it's not a clean pick, you have to sit back and trust your arm. Bisharat not really sure, indecisive there, and that leads to an error. Double plays have bailed out the Clams all night. They're going to need another one right here.
Yes, they have. The 3rd error of the night by the Steamers, and they hope it doesn't come back to haunt them. Trent Hanchy up now. He reached on error his last go-around. Takes a pitch high, 1-0. Aside from reaching on air, he does have a single and a pair of strikeouts. One of the best hitters in the Premier Collegiate League this season. Takes a strike there, 1-1.
Yeah, Hanchey, best average on this Greenbrier Knights team. Big time player.
459 on base percentage coming into this game. 2-1 now to him. Webb a couple of steps off over there at first. Mustang holding the bag there as the 2-1 finds the zone, 2-2.
Yeah, Bisharat's ready over there. He's almost on the grass just in case there is a bunt, but I say that with 2 strikes, so he's going to be swinging away here. Bisharat backing up a little bit now. Must have heard me.
Kaufman's 2-2. Up and in, runs the count full.
And as much as the Steamer fans do not like that call, it's the right call. That pitch did not have enough break on it. The only reason it looked like a strike is Case Kermode did a great job framing that to look lower than it was.
Runner goes to the 3-2. That one's fouled back. Catches a piece of the umpire. Kermode looking at the ump. All is well. We'll do the full count all over again. Max Lucas awaits the on-deck circle. And the 3-2. A swing and a miss. He struck him out. And there is one away.
A hat trick for Hanchey, a rare one. Kaufman, a big, big strikeout. The Knights get guys on, but have yet to capitalize enough to take a lead in this one. That's been the story.
Max Lucas has grounded into 2 4-6-3 double plays. He's grounded out 4 times. 1 out, runner on first. Takes a strike, 0-1.
Kaufman is as locked in as I've ever seen him this season. He's starting to really throw that breaking ball well in for strikes.
Peek over at first, now coming home. That pitch outside, 1-1. The late inning left-hander for this team. Kaufman's come into a number of key situations. This one shot over at third, knocked down by Bisharat. He's just going to have to eat it. That ball had a chance to find its way to left field, so he's just able to keep it first and second.
Yeah, I mean, a good effort by Bisharat. He's kicking himself a little bit. I think he wanted to glove that one, but just one of those weird cheap hits. And that'll be it for Kaufman.
That is all from Ben Kaufman. He will head to the dugout. We will head to break here. 1 out, 2 on for the Knights in this top of the 9th inning here at historic Hicks Field. We'll break down the pitching change when we come back on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. A tie game of 4-4 in the top of the 9th inning. And the Steamers are going to their closer. Michael Allen will make his 14th appearance of the summer. And 15 2/3 thus far, he has a 2.87 ERA. He struck out 20 in that time, and he has 3 saves on the season. His opposition, Jose Cazorla, with 2 on and 1 out. Cazorla hitting a .320 this summer coming into tonight's game. Stakes don't get much higher than this. Harold looks back to second, and the pitch home. Lets itself in the front door, 0-1.
Yeah, and almost pretty obvious for Michael Allen to go with the slider there. You don't want to give Cazorla a first pitch heater, especially in this situation. But then again, you don't want to follow it up with too many sliders. Cazorla known to take that the other way in the gap.
0-1. Cazorla thought about it, thought better, 1-1. Cazorla's the reason this game is tied. His opposite field double down the right field line evened this game back in the 7th.
Yeah, going back to pitch selection, Cazorla, a very experienced hitter. He's not going to chase. Allen's going to have to come after him.
1-1, grounded over to shortstop. Bruno just has to play at first. He throws to first, and there are 2 away. Runners move up, 2 in scoring position with 2 out for Warren Bailey.
Good pitch by Allen. Got the roll over there. That's exactly what you wanted. Great play by Bruno. And now Bailey with an even more important at-bat. It seems like every new at-bat, Ray, is the most important at-bat of the game.
Your heart beating a little bit right now?
A little bit. Tommy Bass's heart's beating heavily right now. He's nervous.
Warren Bailey, 1 for 4 with a home run. First pitch to him, lets itself in the front door, 0-1.
Oohs and ahs from the crowd. Good slider. I think Tommy Bass said that slider was hanging. I don't think so. I think that was a sharp slider in the zone there.
The time called. Bailey is grounded into a fielder's choice. He's grounded out. The aforementioned home run and a strikeout so far. Allen's 0-1, cut on and missed, 0-2.
We saw that same swing from a similar slider from Blake Gibson in his last at-bat for Bailey. So, and we saw the home run on the high fastball. So if Michael Allen's been watching the game, right now he's throwing the slider, getting Bailey the chase. The worst that Bailey could do from a slider is just weakly put the ball in play.
Allen's 0-2. High and away, 1-2. The Steamer faithful having none of that.
Well, they get more sensitive, Ray, as the game goes along. That pitch a little outside.
Yeah, the umpire, we'll give him credit for that one.
You got to have thick skin back there if you're a playoff umpire.
Yes, you do. The 1-2. Starts off right, appeal down, he did not go. 2-2 now.
Man, 2-2. What's that smile on your face for, Ray?
Exciting portion of this ball game.
I'm a little nervous. I got some butterflies right now. I'm not even in the game.
2 on, 2 out, 2-2 the count. Allen looking in, gets his sign, comes set. And Bailey awaits. The pitch. This one hit in the air to left field. Hunter Cole, step back at first, now coming in, and he makes the grab. And Allen strands the runners in scoring position. The Steamers with a chance to win it in the 9th. 4-4. The Clams come to bat when we come back on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Bottom of the 9th inning. Game knotted at 4, and the team MVP due up to start this inning. Hunter Cole will be the first batter to face Shane McCarthy. Due up is Case Kermode and Jacob Mustaine after him. Cole has already homered in this game back in the 3rd inning. At that point, he gave the Steamers a 2-1 advantage. If he gives the Steamers a 1-run advantage this time, we'll all go home.
And you know it's high stakes when the first ball that's thrown, you hear stuff from the dugout. They're cheering on every single pitch. This is what playoff baseball is all about. The MVP up to bat. This is it.
1-0. Catches the outer portion of the zone, 1-1. Cole 1 for 4 with that home run, a pair of strikeouts, and a ground out.
Well, I remember talking to Hunter Cole early on this season. He said the difference between a 1 for 4 day and a 2 for 5 day is so profound. I don't know if we were speaking that stuff into existence back then, but you got a good chance here.
He's had more 2 for 5 days, a 3.24 average for him. The 1-2 to him. Thinks about offering it that one. That bounces back to the backstop and back to Bailey.
A close leave.
Down to 3rd, no go.
A close leave, but a good leave.
Two. A swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. Cole is struck out. There is one away.
And just a good pitch. Hunter Cole's got to do a little bit a better job laying off.
Case Kermode coming to bat. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. Otherwise, 1 for 3 with a solo home run of his own that opened the scoring here tonight.
One swing can do it, Ray. One missed spot. That's all it takes.
McCarthy's first pitch. Kermode fouls that one back 0-1. And the ooze from the crowd, they sense that he was on that one, just missed it.
Yeah, that was the one. Right down the middle.
McCarthy's 0-1. Bouncing in 1-1. From McCarthy, upstairs 2-1.
Got to win the ones. Got to get to those plus counts. That's where good things happen. Case Kermode successful in that so far. Center fielder slightly shaded. Trent Hanchy to the left of the second base bag, leaving that gap towards the Bud Light sign wide open.
2-1, missing 3-1.
That looked pretty good to me.
Pick it and rip it here. Pick your spot and a chance to end the ball game. Ahead in the count, 3-1. The pitch, well, he's not going to do much ripping with that, but the fans will take it. Ball 4, Kermode is walked and a 1-out base runner.
And now it's Stang's turn, Jacob Mustaine. The king of the quality at-bat, the Quab. He's going to need one more than ever right now. He's got to just advance Case Kermode to second and leave the rest up to the ladder of the order.
Jacob Mustaine entered the game after Joe Haney left with injury. This is his first time up at bat. He takes a strike. He went to first base. Bisharad, who was at first base, moved over to third. Oh, 1 to Mustaine. Outside, 1-1, and this season he's hitting 161, a 373 on base percentage, a pair of home runs and 8 runs batted in. Winning run over there at first. McCarthy coming home. Mustaine swings through that one in the dirt, but Kermode's head on down to second base, so runner in scoring position. That winning run just keeps getting closer to home.
Exactly. Jacob Mustang has to avoid the strikeout at all costs here. At all costs. Just got to find a way to, at the very least, move Kermode to third base. The very least.
The 1-2 bends back in the zone. A called third strike, and Mustang is set down. And that will bring up Jacob Bisharat. Bisharat, a pair of walks, a pair of strikeouts.
Well, he came late, but this is his moment right here. Jacob Bisharat seeing the ball well. Got the favorable matchup here. And if he ends up walking, you have the walk-off king on deck. The home run king.
Yes, you do. McCarthy, his 1-0. Upstairs, 2-0. And Bisharat's been waiting.
Yeah. A lot of good talk from Brantley Cutler in the dugout, encouraging Bisharat.
Bisharat has barreled some baseballs this summer. He put one off the top of the teal monster earlier as he cuts and misses at that one. Kermode hustling back down to second. 2-1.
Still like to see him be aggressive there. Plus counts leads to fastballs down the middle. He's still in a plus count here.
McCarthy's 2-1. Up and away, 3-1. Once again, pick it and rip it.
This is it. I can feel the tension in the stadium, but no tension in Bisharat. Cool and calm. Just see the baseball here.
The 3-1 to him. Checks at that one in the dirt. He offered at it 3-2. Three-two, 2 outs. The winning run at second base in the first game of the Premier Collegiate League Eastern Division Championship bracket. McCarthy coming home. Bisharat takes its ball 4. 2 on with 2 out, and Josh Pernetti to the dish.
Well, we know Josh Pernetti, the clutch gene. McCarthy's been in this game for a long time. And if he starts Pernetti with a plus count, this game could be over. I'm surprised to see Hanchey somewhat in here on Pernetti. Got to be careful.
McCarthy's first pitch to Pernetti in there for a strike, 0-1.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to take that back. Hanchey's smart to be somewhat in here. If a ball is over his head, it's over his head, game over. But a single up the middle, he needs to do everything he can to get Case Kermode out at the plate.
McCarthy looking back at Kermode at second. The 0-1 fouled back, 0-2. And Pernetti got down 2 strikes in the count when he was walk-off grand slam against the Tarboro River Bandits in a 4-4 tie ball game. Well, now it's 4-4. Bases aren't quite loaded, but he's got 2 on with 2 out.
And 2 strikes once again.
The 0-2 from McCarthy, cut on and miss. And this game was just too much fun for 9 innings. We head to extras at historic Hicks Field. Steamers put 2 on by way of the walk and leave them there. The 10th inning on tap when we come back on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Extra innings at historic Hicks Field. Teams wanted to push the post-game fireworks display off a little bit longer for the crowd that has stuck around so joyously here at the ballpark. A 4-4 ball game. The Steamers took the lead in the bottom of the first. Home run from Case Kermode. The Knights tied it up in the top of the third, bottom of the third. A solo shot from Hunter Cole made it 2-1. A 4-1 lead when Jackson hit a 2-run shot in the fourth, and then 3 runs over the course of the 6th and 7th innings, 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th for the Knights. Even this game up at 4, the latest Knights run came off a double from Jose Cazorla. That brought us here. Teams unable to score in the 8th and 9th. Michael Allen still on the mound and has an 0-1 count to NJ Hall.
Well, Ray, in regards to fireworks, good things come to those who wait.
Very
Here
true.
we are.
You sound like my mom.
Does that bother you, or is that like a nice soothing voice?
No, just the saying. Voice, no, nothing close. 1-1.
I'll work on that.
5, 6, 7 order of this Knights team, and Hong's going to ground this one up the middle, a base hit. Leadoff man aboard for the Knights.
And a phenomenal swing by MJ Hong. And hopefully, for the Knights' sake, and using Hong's bat could bring some life into a cold snow. Speaking of the snow.
Cold Snow has popped out twice. He's grounded into a double play and struck out. He's 0 for 4. And Allen's first pitch to him. In there for a strike, 0-1.
Well, if the story of tonight is when the Steamers give up a leadoff base runner, it seems to work out. That's been the case this game.
Big fan of the double plays tonight. It's the 0-1-2 Cold Snow. He tips that one, 0-2. Both teams, good chances in the 9th inning to take the lead. Alas, had they done that, we'd be giving the post-game report right now, so you at home know exactly what happened. 0-2, a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and there's a 1 away.
Well, nothing wrong with a good 1-2-3 punch out. Michael Allen looks pretty good so far.
The year of 2021 has been good to him. Thomas Crandall getting his turn now. The shortstop for this team takes a strike, 0-1. And we talk about the year of 2021. Michael Allen in the spring, 14 appearances, 14 in the third, a 1.26 ERA for Lenore Ryan, where he was teammates with pitching coach Brett Folk. Allen's 0-1. 0-2.
And a little quick shake of the head by Allen. A fist bump, but with your noggin, it looks like. Craig Kimbrell stare down as Allen pays off the 0-2.
Check at that. They say he did not offer at it. 1-2.
Almost did a little play-by-play there, Ray.
You did. You did. You stepped right into that.
Oh, yeah. I just went for it.
Am I on the hot seat?
You're on some seat. I'm not sure if it's hot. I don't know what that joke was going to say. Here we go. Michael Allen.
Hong 2 steps off over at first, and Allen's 1-2 is pop foul, right field side, just over the merchandise trailer. To the 1-2 count all over again as Zach Will awaits in the on-deck circle. A swing and a miss. He is struck out, and there are 2 outs.
And another good pitch by Michael Allen. As is continuing to look like the leadoff guy on means success in the latter part of the inning for the Steamers. And Ray, let me tell you, you know who is super excited about how this game is going right now?
Who's that?
The Tarboro River Bandits.
Yes. On gonna go. That pitch is gonna hit Zach Will. It won't matter. 2 on with 2 out. And you aren't kidding. As they watch the innings pile up, they're just licking their lips thinking about the pitching and how late these two teams are staying out.
Yeah, exactly. Especially since the winner of this game is traveling to Tarboro tomorrow. So that's a quick turnaround. And if the Steamers win this game, there's no Blake Gibson. There is most likely no Sam Duncan. There's no Ben Kaufman, and there's no Michael Allen.
Those are problems you get to. You take care of business here against Miles Webb. He's been on base 3 times, a pair of singles for him. Also reached by way of an error. 2 for 4. He's seen the ball pretty well out of the 9-hole of this lineup. Allen with a glance back at second. Now he's coming home. One bouncing in, 1-0.
And Case Kermode's job now very important. You cannot have pass balls to lead to advancing runners. Gets more and more important as the game goes along.
Allen's 1-0, cut on and missed, 1-1. Every Steamer up on the wall of the dugout. Number of people anxiously walking around the ballpark as Allen's 1-1 is fouled back 1-2.
A lot of pacing going on around that beer garden. Fans on the edge of their seat. You got the best Greenbrier hitter on deck. Makes this at-bat all the more important.
Yes, it does. 1 strike away from getting out of this top of the 10th. Allen looking back at second. Now coming home. 1-2 is outside, 2-2. Hanchey awaiting on deck, staring down at Allen. Allen staring down to Kermode, gets his sign, come and set. Miles Webb is faced with the 2 on, 2 out, and 2-2 count. And that one is going to catch him and load the bases. And he's calling a foul ball, so excuse us.
Wow, and the Greenbrier coach is going to have something to say about that.
And now Greenbrier going to have their conversation. Webb's coming back with the mark on his forearm, and we did see that plead successfully in Fuquay Varina earlier this season when Jackson Hipp was hit by a pitch, and they wanted to call that a foul ball, and Hipp was like, hey, it's already got a mark. That one hit me, it didn't hit my hand. I was on.
Yeah, umpires love marks. It looks like this is going to be something that reverses here.
And umpires in conversation after the brief conversation. And we will see what is to happen here. If you missed it, ball got Miles Webb. Question is whether or not it got the hand, whether or not it got the bat, and that's a foul ball, or whether or not it got the batter. And they're going to say that got Webb, and Marshall McDonald is coming out to talk. The Steamers dugout obviously irate with the change of call.
Nothing short of drama tonight. Trent Hanchey has the biggest at-bat of his Greenbrier career. And same goes for Michael Allen. 2 outs, bases loaded. Top of the 10th.
Allen has now hit a pair of batters in a row. This is not the first time in which these two teams have had a series of discussions with umpires in the late innings.
Yeah, I think that's Aiden Kuehl in the pen. Still doesn't help the lefty-righty matchup, but Kuehl definitely a big-time arm. I think Marshall McDonald really wanted to save him for game 2, but it all comes down to it. He will pitch tonight.
Yes, and the meetings with the umpires I mentioned earlier. Jackson Hipp's walk-off night where he walked off a game with a base hit. Pitch before, the Greenbrier folks had argued that he was to be out on a swing. Is that one in there for a strike? And another incident here at the ballpark in the second game of a doubleheader with Greenbrier, which the umpires had walked off the field and the game was declared finished in extra innings. So these two squads had a bit of history of late inning drama. Allen trying to put out the fire with the bases loaded and 2 outs. His 0-1. Hanchy sends that one back up the middle of base hit. 1 run will score. Green light around third. Cutler throwing in. It'll be cut off. No, it won't. Going over Mustaine. That one's going back to the backstop. Quick response from Kermode to get to that, but allows Hanchy to get to second base. And 2 runs score, and Marshall McDonald is irate, telling the umpire that one is on him, and Marshall McDonald has been tossed, and he's going to get his money's worth on this one. As Miles Webb was hit by a pitch, allegedly, as they first ruled it a foul ball. Then he went and showed them the mark. The umpires conversed. He was then awarded first base. So originally a foul ball, then ruled a hit by a pitch, loaded the bases up, and Hanchy has now given the Knights a 6-4 lead. And now
Brett Folk's going to have some words as well.
Brett Folk is coming to discuss. Someone else in the dugout has been thrown out, and Brett Folk has to be careful here. Depending on who they have listed as coaches on the game sheet, you can't have no coaches in the dugout, so they have to be very careful here. Brett Folk gets himself into a bit of trouble, which we've seen from time to time with the umpires happen.
Yeah, he's very calm. He's very calm, though. He knows the situation. He's not going to get thrown out. He's just trying to calm everything down a little bit. I mean, that's truly a disgrace.
Rutherford was also thrown out. He was the one ejected from the dugout. Marshall McDonald ejected. Brett Folk heading back to the dugout now. So now second and third with the Knights leading 6-4. Max Lucas coming to bat.
And Ray, to change a call on the top of the 10th inning that leads to 2 runs in a playoff game, that's just you don't do that.
First pitch to Lucas in there for a strike, 0-1. And the fans giving a sarcastic applause to the umpire for calling a strike. Still 2 in scoring position, still 2 outs. The 0-1 to Lucas. An appeal down, he did not go. 1-1.
And Michael Allen has some choice words, too. This is going to get ugly real fast. These umpires don't figure it out.
And a crowd of what could be around 800 tonight sounds like many thousand. And their raucous disapproval of the umpires. The 1-1 missing, it's 2-1.
I don't think I've ever seen that before, Ray. I can't get over it. Changing the call in the top of the 10th in a playoff game. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
The 2-1 from Allen is inside, 3-1.
I mean, you know for a fact, Marshall McDonald understands the situation. He would never get thrown out unless something like that happens.
Absolutely. And he's going to ride for his players every
100%.
single second of the season. Everyone in that dugout knows that. You, as someone who's played for him, knows it. This organization knows it. 3-1, popped in the air, shallow left. Bisharat going back to make the grab. That one's going to fall out of the glove, and 2 more runs are going to score. And the Knights now have an 8-4 lead here in the top of the 10th.
Just one of those plays. That's been the story. In close games, you can't have 3 errors on drop pop flies. It's just that's going to be a difference.
The 4th error of the night for the Steamers, and Brett Folk is head out to the mound. Jose Cazorla steps to bat.
You know, at this point, you got to save as much pitching as possible. Now, a 2-run game is one thing. A 4-run game is a whole other thing. You got to try and. There's no shot Aiden Kuhl's coming in this game. I think they're just going to burn Michael Allen as much as possible here and save the rest of pitching.
An incredibly unfortunate change of calls. If you're just joining us here in the top of the 10th, these 2 teams have battled back and forth. Both had chances to put runs on the board in the 9th. In this top of the 10th, there were 2 on with 2 out, and a 2-2 count to Miles Webb. Pitch that was originally ruled a foul ball, and then Webb came back down the line and showed a mark on his arm to the umpires. They changed the ruling to a hit by pitch as Cazorla pops this one up in the air, foul. And after he was ruled to be hit by the pitch, it loads the bases with 2 outs. Trent Hanchy comes up, and it's a 2 RBI single right back up the middle, made it 6-4. An error over at third base on a pop fly there makes it 8-4. Allen over to first base, and Lucas is back safely.
Yeah, and it's just really, really unfortunate on another level. Last year in the playoff game against the Tidewater Drillers, the semifinals, Jackson Hipp led off the bottom of the 9th, down 1 with a pop fly.
Runner going, Kermode throw down to second, not in time. So runner in scoring position.
For Hipp, a pop fly into center, a diving play, one of the most incredible plays I've ever seen by a center fielder, diving in to stop the leadoff runner for the Steamers, and it's one of those plays that just changed the ball game, and now you have another unfortunate play in this game as well, an unfortunate call.
Allen ahead 0-2 to Cazorla. His pitch swung on and missed. He struck him out. The Knights put up 4 in this inning and take an 8-4 lead. Steamers fighting in this bottom of the 10th, need 4 to keep this one going, 5 to win it. We'll be back with that bottom of the 10th inning when we come back on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. Bottom of the 10th inning here at historic Hicks Field. A 4-run top of the 10th from the Greenbrier Knights has opened up this game, and the Steamers need a response. Casey Hare, Jackson Hipp, and Brantley Cutler, the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the order, due up to try and deliver that answer. Hare so far 3 for 4. First pitch to him, low and away, 1-0.
Yeah, Casey's hot tonight. Seeing the ball really well.
Two 2-0 to him quickly. Shane McCarthy's still out there on the mound. This is his 5th inning of work out of the bullpen, and up 4. I think they're just under what you've been stressing all night. Don't burn any pitching that you don't feel you have to.
No, exactly. It's just playing perfectly into Greenbrier's hands. The fact that they were able to score 4 in that inning, you can leave McCarthy out there. If they scored 1, if they scored 2, it'd be a whole. If they scored 0, I mean, it would be a whole different ball game. You can see McCarthy doesn't really have it so far. And if it was a tie ball game, a 1-run ball game, you would need to take McCarthy out and burn more pitching. But that's not going to be the case tonight unless there's a miracle at Hicks Field.
Well, there is some magic about this place. It's been around a long time. It's seen a lot of baseball. We've said a couple times this season, you never know what you're going to get when you come to the ballpark. 3-1 to Hare. He is walked to start the inning. The leadoff man is aboard.
But this is the rare occurrence where you're just going to keep McCarthy in, no matter what, until it becomes a 1-run ball game, I'm assuming. And I like to see a lot of life out of the Steamers in the dugout. They're still cheering. They're still confident. A resilient group.
First pitch to Jackson Hipp in there for a strike, 0-1.
Yeah,
and there's no life out in the Knights bullpen right now. So what you're saying, I mean, absolutely, they're riding with him to the point of where he's going to be on the mound without any worry in their mind.
Yeah, and Marshall McDonald has been ejected, but I know Brett Folk told the hitters, you're taken until you get a strike. That's what Marshall McDonald would say. That's why Jackson Hipp did not hack at that pitch.
0-2 quickly to him. Hipp with a 2-run, a home run earlier in this game. He is 2 for 4. And they are going to pick off Casey Hare. And there is 1 out.
Well, just like that, the small life that they had is gone. I'm not sure what he's pleading right now. I don't think he thought the ball was in play.
After the foul ball, I guess he's assuming he's still got some time to collect himself. And that also hurts not having the coach at first base.
Yeah, a lot of things just not going right ever since the 10 o'clock hour hit.
Oh, 2 to hit. That bounces in 1-2. And time called by the catcher will be granted. And another sarcastic cheer from the crowd on granting time, because that is what we're under the impression of Casey Hare had attempted to do, or they had attempted to do on the field, calling time, and Casey Hare is under the impression that they had time as Hipp is struck out. There are 2 away now in this bottom of the 10th.
Well, there's that high fastball once again. Hipp has done a pretty good job against laying off. Not there, but that's one thing the Steamers have done well tonight.
Brantley Cutler, the newest of these Steamers. A chance to endear himself and keep this one alive. Takes a strike, 0-1. One and one.
And that's just a bad look there. That's the exact same fastball that Cutler saw in his first pitch of the at-bat. Two different calls.
A lot of space given over there towards third base as check swing. He did not go. 2-1.
Yeah, any tiny little poke to the left side should work.
Swing and a miss on the 2-1, 2-2. The Steamers are down to their last strike. A loss here tonight. We have them playing the waiting game for Sunday's elimination game in the Premier Collegiate League Eastern Division Championship bracket. McCarthy, his 2-2. Bounces 3-2. The winner moves to Tarboro tomorrow.
And Tarboro liking what they have seen. McCarthy and Bashar will not be available if the Knights can hold on.
Full count from McCarthy upstairs. Ball 4, Cutler is walked. And some life in this ballpark and some life for this Steamers team. Still down to their last out, but they have one on. Top of the order, Chase Bruno. Pair of hits in this game. He gets a chance to bat now.
And a missed opportunity for Bruno his last time, grounding out to short.
Takes the first pitch, he sees to left field. Left fielder coming on and makes the catch, and that will do it for the ball game. The Greenbrier Knights, the 3rd seed in the Premier Collegiate League Eastern Division, come in and win in extra innings at historic Hicks Field. An 8-4 victory that was certainly embroiled in some drama and controversy here. Adam, the Steamers are just one game, one loss away from elimination.
Yeah, really unfortunate way to end it tonight, Ray. I saw something I'd never seen before, an extra innings reverse call in a playoff game, but it also came down to the errors and not getting the timely hit as well. So it wasn't just the umpires, but that was definitely a tough scene at the end. A strong outing from Jared Davis and strong bullpen, but just couldn't quite get it done tonight.
8-4 final here. And Adam, now with your back up against the wall, how does this Steamer team have to react?
Well, now we always talk about pitching, right? Now it's coming down to the offense. The offense is just going to have to explode. You're going to get what you're going to get from the limited relievers that you have left. So it's time for the guys in the bottom of the order that may be struggling, or the guys that are hot, to keep it going to pull out a championship here.
The Steamers are going to need some help in doing so. They have one loss to their name now and will await the elimination game on Sunday. The loser of the Greenbrier Knights and Tarboro River Bandits at Tarboro tomorrow will play them. The location to be decided on that one. Again, the final here from historic Hicks Field, an 8-4 game in favor of the Greenbrier Knights. We will keep you posted. The next game will be on Sunday. Location to be decided on that. For Adam Fine, I'm Ray Dunn. We hope you tune in then, and we thank you for tuning in to tonight's playoff matchup between the Knights and Steamers, and hope that you will again on Sunday. If not,